Hello everybody, Mike Garrett from Sinnis Motorcycles here. Today we're going to show you a video on how to check and change the oil level on your Sinnis Apache. This is the same Suzuki based engine as found on many of our Sinnis models, and if you check the link in the description below you'll see which models this accords to. Topping up the engine oil or changing the oil and filter is one of the most essential and easiest operations you can do on a motorcycle or scooter. The idea is, the fresher the oil, the less contaminants in it, the longer your vehicle will last. With Sinnis motorcycles and scooters, the focus is on longevity over performance. This is beneficial for a couple of reasons. The main one is that you don't have to spend a lot of money on fully synthetic oils, and semi-synthetic or even mineral is absolutely fine as long as it's a good 1040 oil. The first thing you're going to need is a service kit, or at least a spark plug, oil filter and oil. We recommend buying from Sinnis Direct, obviously. They can be contacted on 01273 020 965 or email parts@Sinnis, where we offer a kit which includes everything from the air filter, the oil filter, necessary O-rings, spark plug, sump washer, gasket and semi-synthetic motor oil 1040. Or you can individually buy from us just the spark plug, just the oil filter, depending on the size of the service that you want to conduct. The tools you're going to need for this job are listed underneath in the description, or you can see them in the video to follow. However, if you've got a normal socket set, as long as it runs up to 21 for the size of the largest sump plug, and an Allen key set, you should be pretty fine to continue. Okay, the items you're going to need to help you out here are a funnel, if you've got one. They also do rubber funnels now, which fold up quite small. You can keep them under your bike seat. You need some tissue or paper towel to mop up any oil. And you need some gloves, non-latex gloves. Keeps the oil off your hands, stops any problems with irritation. The other main thing you're going to need is something to put the oil in when you're draining it out of the bike. Now, essentially, when you're draining oil out of the bike, you need the oil to be warm. So run your bike up for about 2 minutes. Just make sure the oil's nice and warm. And then you need something like this. This is a professional oil pan that you can pick up from Halfords and places like that. It's got a spout on it so you can tip it out when it's full. Alternatively, you can use your mum's sink bucket, or you can use a 5-litre empty container, just chop the top out of it, fill it up. Disposal of oil, always take it to your local tip. It costs a few quid, but it's much better for the environment than throwing it down the drain, which is actually illegal. The best way to check the oil level on a bike is with a friend, or you can use a curb or piece of wood. The idea is that you're straightening the bike up so it's 100% 90 degrees, and then you can check the oil level. Then what you need to do is get your ratchet and undo the sump plug, which is located under the bike. Now obviously, when you undo the sump plug, oil will come out of the base of the bike, so you need to place your bucket or oil container underneath. Leave the oil to drain out into the pan, go and have another cup of tea. And when you come back, tighten the bolt back up to the torque settings at the bottom of the description on this video. You can then be assured that there is no oil left in the bike. So the next move is to remove the oil filter housing on the side of the engine. Unscrew the 3 bolts and gently prise open the housing. There is a paper gasket in here which we'll replace before it goes back on, and then you can use a screwdriver to gently ease out the oil filter, which should be filthy. The idea of the screwdriver is just to gently ease it out, so don't put too much pressure in and bend anything. Put the oil filter back in. With the new gasket applied to the housing, you can then put the housing back on and tighten up the 3 nuts on the housing to the torque settings listed in the description below. Once this is complete, you can remove the oil cap from the side of the engine and then begin to pour in your new oil. Now it takes 850 ml on the Suzuki based Apache engine, so you're safe to put in around 750 ml. Let it sit there to find its own level and then gently add more until you get the level correct in the screen. The best way to check your oil level is always when the engine oil is warm. To do this, let the bike warm up for a few minutes or take it for a quick spin. Come home, hold the bike up 90 degrees and then check the oil level. The next part of the servicing requires you to change the spark plug. Seen here on the Apache SMR, first of all we will need to remove the side panel of the bike to gain access to the spark plug properly. On other bikes this may be a slightly different procedure, but in all cases you need full access to the spark plug. Once you have gained access to the spark plug and undone it with the spark plug wrench, you need to put your new spark plug in. Once you have removed your spark plug, take it out, put it to one side, get your new spark plug and insert by hand first of all, gently turning by hand in order that you do not cross-thread the threads. Gently get your spark plug wrench and tighten up. Do not over-tighten this, it will damage the threads. All you need to do is be more than hand tight. We hope that you have enjoyed watching this basic instructional on how to do an oil change and spark plug change on your Sinnis motorcycle. Thank you for watching.